That Malachi 3 is for pastors who collect tithe, but they themselves, they don't pay tithe to another person. Go and read it.
With this key, let her go to my office. My office back of this place. Hey, my office back of this place. Let her go to the office and open. There is a place that this key can open. Let her go and use this key, open that thing. Once she open that thing, anything she see there is for her. Move to that place. All right. That is the key. Let's see her. Open it. Whatever thing you see there. For my wife, I gave her 55 million naira for her birthday. 55 million. Hey, hi there. Happy birthday. Your turn has come. Oh, happy birthday. Nana, we hear more. Happy birthday. Nana, we see you. Your time. Oh, Lua. Your time. Oh, Bala. Nana, we hear more. Your time. Oh, yeah. Nana, we see.
Tithe is not for God. It is for the pastors. Because they owe the God. The God you see you are paying the tithe to belongs to the pastor. Enu ewolia menye mawe le hene nolo menyo ofo nunola pastor yi le hena nu ewolia na abe mawe ya le be le sumosumo ma pastor te wonya mawe ne le agbalia mia amegbeto yewe. It is God, it is mankind creating God in his own image. Amegbeto ye wo maude eyan tofe nonomenu. That is why the God of the Indians is dressed like the Indians. They serve that God with the food the Indian eat. That God is served according to the climate in India. The God of Israel eats the food that is in the land of Israel. That God is served according to the calendar, according to the weather, and according to the climate in Israel. The Arabic God is worshipped based on the Arabian culture. So it is mankind who created God in his own image. Mabade, Mauya subon lede, India topo mawade. Ale enui India to duna, numa upo mawa duna. Ale yo dona wudowa, upo jajirarumea, nenema yo jana upo mawa doma. Ye usumona upo mawa le reyi ble weda ya fofokene le uboa. Ye me usubona mawu mado. Ne mawe wa magbeto na nyigbanjia. Anka mawuma nu o de ka enya de ka egbegbeglo de ka subo de ka ildola no si Va eke ozugbo amesia me kple eƒe Mawu ya. Amesia me kple eƒe Mawu ya. Amesia me subɔna eƒe Mawua le ale si wate wɔe ɖo. Eme gbɔgblɔ bena enu wolia me Mawue ɖoe ɖe anyigba dzi o. Tithe was not instituted by God. Tithe was not instituted by God. It was instituted by mankind. And later on, they say that God has approved it. When mankind started it, people were not taking it seriously. So they have to add the name of God to it so that you take it seriously. Mikbora, Genesis chapter 14, verse 17 downwards. When Abram came back from his victory over Chedorlaomer and the other kings, the king of Sodom went out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh, also called King's Valley. Verse 18. And Melchizedek, who was king of Salem and also a priest of the Most High God, brought bread and went to Abram, blessed him, and said, may the Most High God, who made heaven and earth, bless Abram. May the Most High God, who gave you victory over your enemy, be praised. And Abram gave Melchizedek a tenth of all the loot he had recovered. I'm taking the verse 20 again. Genesis chapter 14, verse 20. May the Most High God, who gave you victory over your enemy, be praised. When Melchizedek told Abraham that, Abraham, may your God be praised, why Melchizedek didn't say, may our God be saved, but he said, may the God of you, Abraham, be saved. Because Abraham has his God. That is why in the Bible we have the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. It is a family God. So may the Most High God, who gave you victory over your enemy, be praised. And Abraham gave Melchizedek a tenth of all the loot he has recovered. So, where I'm reading from Genesis chapter 14. Now, I want a pastor, somebody, to show me from Genesis chapter 1 to chapter 13 where God says, pay tithe. I'm looking for somebody from Genesis chapter 1 to Genesis chapter 13. Give me one verse where God said, pay tithe. It is nowhere. So it is mankind who instituted the payment of tithe to mankind. Mankind instituted it in the service of mankind. But they saw that no, people are not respecting it. It is not coming. So in Malachi chapter 3, they say it is God who is saying it. It is no longer mankind. Malachi chapter 3 verse 10. Malachi 3:10. The verse number 10. Listen to this one. Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. I am the Lord. I do not change. And so you, the descendant of Jacob, are not yet completely lost. Verse 8. I ask you, is it right for a person to cheat God? How can God be cheated? How? How can God be cheated? Malachi chapter 3 verse 8. I ask you, is it right for a person to cheat God? Of course not. Yet you are cheating me. And God is complaining here that mankind is cheating him. No. Mankind is cheating mankind. And the other mankind is being referred to as God. Okay? Malachi chapter 3 verse 10. Bring the full amount of your tithe to the temple, so that there will be plenty of food there. Please, in Psalm 50 verse 12, God says that all the food and the animals in the world is his own. If he were to be hungry, he wouldn't have asked mankind for food. But here, Malachi chapter 3 verse 10, he says, bring the full amount of your tithe to the temple, so that there will be plenty of food there. That food, what will God do with the food? If God were to be hungry, he wouldn't ask mankind for food. But here he said we should pay tithe so that there should be food in his house. I'm asking, what is he going to do with those foods? The food there is for mankind. But if mankind say, bring tithe so that I can have food in my house, you won't send it. That's what they say, God said. So when you hear the name of God, you will pay it. You see that? This is truth telling time. Mabadi, tithe, a new whole year day. Many mama will do the anibanjo. I'm a betoye do. Then Genesis chapter, Moses for Agbalagbanto. Then Moses for Agbalagbanto, a tamowi nelia. Bukui, Umuandre koi de blave jerry. Abraham. Allah say Abraham, ye he no wolia, mama we doing number the hill, yayin to a he. Ta Moses for Agbalagbanto, a time of win a popo blave. May the Most High God who gives you victory over your enemies be praised. Melchizedek Eboblona Mos Abraham Benade. Mawu kenen nawo jidudu do fofuto jia. Nti kokwe ne ya penko. Nti kokwe na wo mawu ken na jidudu de futo uji. And Abraham gave Melchizedek a tenth of all the loot he has recovered. Eye Abraham na Melchizedek enu wolia cho nu kata overho aboywe. Makedone Abraham banana hetaita. Ma de kamadwene Abraham yente to taita nana. Abraham enna taita makekwena akwena mawa aode Melchizedek. Melchizedek means the king of righteousness. Alo a fear nyatepeto. Tamani mawe wonyo amaye wokonwana. Taita de amedwede anyibanji bono no tuna yi voa ke umele tun na mewa ye wo komawo fon cover tadenti benele sebe mawe be nekwa ko lele nage ta Abraham yin na taiti gban me mawe donio me le sofo pastor kadi ke la fiem chuma Moses fe agbalagbanto etagbanto vasere etamowi ton leji te fe de kai ke mawe blobna me henu wolia me la fi de ko. Ta Abraham amegbeto to nu wolia nana. Chiole namade ame poto mele tumo. Yova to mawu fen cover berenti be mawe be. Minena enu wolia mawara kamegble. Ta Malachi etameton popu wolia ebedi. Bring the full amount of your tithe to the temple so that there may be plenty of food there. Mawa benade ko ofe enu wolia vane the church hoama ne nududu ne no ifafoma mawu abe nududu ne no ifafoma eya ke glole Solomo eta blaton buku mu ivelia ko ina banade nu ka tan le hihia miadi ito onye nengme de dole yi mawu awuma ima bia ni amagbeto nududu ima bia mi nu adu vo mawu makigba gbolo fia banade mi va he tight mi he nu wolia ne nu dudu ano ifafoma nu dudu mode nke mawaja oklewe mawu de kebe nya gblomo amagbetoe oblo through tenitam bo video ya nya fo magbe.
That Malachi 3 is for pastors who collect tithe, but they themselves they don't pay tithe to another person. Go and read it. Am I teaching? Look at that Malachi 3:1. See how they started the discourse. So you know what we're talking about here. Malachi 3. Behold, I send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way of the Lord. Next verse, verse 2. Verse 2, brother, walk with me. But who may abide? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For it's like a refiner's fire and like a fuller's soap. Next verse. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, the priest. So this chapter is for priests who were collecting tithe, but we are not paying tithe. They are the ones that are cursed, not you. Am I teaching here? See, in the Bible, you don't pluck a verse, you read the context. Because the Bible is a contextual material. You read pretext, you read post-text to understand context. So, the tithe is the law. When Jesus came, he abolished the law plus tithe. No more tithe. Anybody collecting tithe from you is robbing you. Why? Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on the tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles. Dr. Damina, what are you saying? Hold on. The New Testament is built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Jesus himself, the cornerstone. That means what the apostles didn't do, we are not supposed to do. What Jesus didn't do, we are not supposed to do, because we are New Testament. In the book of Acts, nobody paid tithe. From chapter 1 to 28, nobody paid tithe. In the entire New Testament church, nobody paid tithe. Paul did not receive tithe. Paul did not pay tithe. Peter did not receive tithe. Peter didn't pay tithe. Jesus did not receive tithe. Jesus did not pay tithe. It ended with the Old Testament. Hold on. The only thing you see in the book of Acts is generosity. People sold lands, people sold houses and brought. Nobody asked them. When they saw Jesus and what Jesus has done for them, nobody needed to tell them what to do. You know why? When you see Jesus, money loses value. When you see Jesus, nothing matters anymore. That's why they were selling houses and they brought everything. New Testament is not percent. New Testament is generosity. For God loveth a cheerful giver. Sit down, let me talk to you. I used to preach tithe. All these people preaching tithe, they haven't preached tithe. If I preach tithe, you will be afraid to touch your salary. You will see it and be afraid. I'm not joking. Me? I've done that. I've been there. And I wasn't deceiving people. It's because I thought it was the truth. That's what they taught me. When my eyes opened, I came back to our church. I said, I'm sorry, Power City. I am sorry. Please forgive me. All that tithe is not true. Everything I've taught you, because that's all I know. Now I know better. If you permit me, I will correct the wrongs from scripture. Hold on. Everybody saw it because I apologized globally to all our Power City members. Then I started teaching. Watch this. When I said no more tithe in the New Testament, everybody in our church stopped giving. They were so happy. Very happy. They stopped giving. So there was no more money in the church. I could no more pay salaries, so we had to downsize our staff. Our TV station, Kingdom Life Network, no money to pay, so I shut it down. Then one day I was traveling on my way to the airport. And I said, Father, let's have a discourse. You know, Lord, since when I told the church, and which is correct, I have no regrets. I told them the truth. It's better I die doing the truth than to be alive lying. Hold on. I said, Lord, but something doesn't add up. Because even though there is no tithing, people ought to be generous. But in this case, the people are not tithing and they are not generous. What did I do wrong? Father, correct me. Then God said to me, son, it's not you that did wrong. You told them the truth. But the truth you told them exposed their heart. That means they never gave to me before. They were giving to themselves. They were feeding their fear. You told them that if they don't pay tithe, things will be tight. So since they don't want things to be tight, they pay tithe. Not because they love me, but because they love themselves. You told them if they don't pay tithe, they will not prosper. They want to prosper, so they pay tithe. Now when you told them that whether they pay tithe or not, it doesn't even matter anymore, they stopped because they were not giving to me, they were giving to themselves. He said, now go back and teach them how to give to me and not to give to themselves. Are you following now? So we had to start teaching. It took me years to start.
So now you see the truth. You will find out the truth for yourself. This is how mankind created God in their own images. Ale amegbeto wo mau de wo ntofo wo no manu. Truth telling time brain network. Tonye never post subscribe in my channel. Subscribe. Now you turn your notification bell on so that anytime we upload a video, you'll get notified. Thank you very much for doing that. TTT, brain at work. Brain at work.